movement of ball. The Wallabies aren't out of jail yet. They must have a scrum now. They've put all 8 into the scrum. Really got to pull forward back. They must really go efficiently.
Still a 5-7 tries.
38 minutes without that talent. I think we are looking for it back. Good height. Good height. Crouch. 5. Set. Keep high. Stay behind the ball run. Stay behind Australia. Down a man for the next 10 minutes. German. Still waiting for the corner. Chasing the safety of charge. It's all over here.
A very good afternoon and welcome to Havelock Park as we join you on the Papare.com wherever you are in the world and in Sri Lanka for this wonderful game between D.S Senanayake and St. Joseph's College, who are the visitors today in a game that has so much at stake. St. Joseph's playing for pride, but D.S Senanayake playing not just for pride, but also playing for a place in the next round. It has been a topsy-turvy season for both these teams, and there's still so much hanging in the balance on this final weekend of the first round of the Dialog Schools Rugby League 2023. As we look out over these scorching conditions here at Havelock Park, hopefully the sun will go down pretty soon, and we'll get some cool breezes and maybe a little bit of cloud cover a little while later in the afternoon for both these teams to open out and play some running rugby. That's what we're going to see. Romario joining me in the commentary box. It's going to be a game where D.S Senanayake have to leave everything on the park, Romario. They cannot expect anything else.
Good afternoon to everyone joining us. Yes, indeed, Shanaka, they need to play with their hearts on their sleeves, and if they do so, I think it'll be a matter of time. But having said that, the Josephians also have something at stake to play for, as they need a victory to qualify for the knockout round. So both teams coming into this game with plenty to play for.
A lot at stake also up in Kandy. We'll tell you about that in a while. D.S Senanayake winning last week against St. Thomas's in a last gasp victory in a thrilling game. Trinity, of course, in an identical scoreline against Royal. Another thrilling match up there. The first leg of the Bradby up in Pallakale. And although the Royal team outscored Trinity in tries, they ended up losing on the scoreboard. Isipatana, pretty comprehensive victory with a bonus point against Wesley. St. Peter's beating Science again quite comfortably with 5 tries in the bank. Kingswood, St. Anthony's, and St. Anthony's, those bigger forwards prevailing at the end, and Zahira with a comfortable win 23-3 against Vidyartha.
Quite the action last weekend, as quite a few surprises as Trinity got over Royal College. But having said that, I think this week we have plenty more to look forward to, as Isipatana College comfortably leading in the points table in Group 1A, as DS, St. Anthony's and St. Thomas's in 2-3-4 with still an opportunity to qualify as the second team, while St. Joseph's in number 5 and Wesley and Kingswood rather in 6 and 7, as they battle it out tomorrow for the Blaze, and it'll be interesting to see who would be able to get over the line in that game.
Certainly a lot to play for in this points table, especially in Group A. Here is Group 2A, Group 1A rather, Group 2A. This is St. Peter's, who have qualified, and they'll be sitting pretty at the top of that table with 5 wins out of their 5 matches played. and then that they've come up just short, and they've got the 4 wins. Trinity moving to the 3rd place position with that big win against Royal last weekend. Zahira will not be playing this weekend because the match between Trinity and Zahira has been postponed. We'll have to await the outcome of that. Vidyartha, Dharmaraja, and of course Science College bringing up the last 3 positions in Group 2A.
This weekend it's St. Anthony's, St. Thomas, and of course this game between DS and St. Joseph's, that everything rests on the 2 games, while Science and Dharmaraja play at Ratmalana, while St. Peter's and Vidyartha play out at Bambalapitiya. So 4 games to play, 4 games will be played at the same time simultaneously, as quite a bit rests on the games and on the outcome. We will go in for a quick commercial break and be back on the other side with team cards and live action.
Smiley bedenawa ona velavaka snack එක දැක්කම හිත fix වෙනවා සරද කැමති අය දවස පුරාවට සැරයිල්ලනවා කැලිප්සෝ මික්ස් එක ඕනේ වෙලාවක නැගලම යනවා boring life එක break up කරගෙන salsa නටනවා ලුණු රටාවට onion kick එක full happening වෙනවා අචි රටටම රස බෙදෙන මංජි රස බලකාය දැන් අලුත් වෙලා.
Hey, have you heard about Z?
ZZ KYC.
Easy.
Mobile banking. Crazy.
Education loans and salary advances.
Amazing. Introducing the Digital Youth Account. NDBZ. NDBZ from NDB Bank. The future is banking on us.
ඕගොල්ලොත් එන්නේ ඉවෙන්ට් එකට. ඩ්‍රෙස් කෝඩ් එක black.
Black? No problem. නව වැඩි දියුණු කළ ඩැන්ඩෙක්ස් ඇක්ටිව් ක්ලිම්බසෝල් පළමු සේදීමෙන්ම ඉස්සොරි ඉවත් කරයි. ස්වභාවික සාරයන් හිස පෝෂණය කරයි. නටමුද?
No problem.
හැමදාම ඩැන්ඩෙක්ස් නම් හැමදාම no problem. ඩැන්ඩෙක්ස් හිස නිදහසේ ඉදිරියට.
Colombo, beautiful outside and inside.
Check one. Hello and welcome to the game at DS rather at Havelock Park as St. Joseph's College.
නැවුම් බව රැකදෙන කුමාරිකා හම්බිට් සංවීධී සමකට කැමෝයිල් බික් ෂේවිං ෆෝම් අත්විදිය හැකි වෙනසකට.
Colombo, beautiful outside and inside.
ඕනම දෙයක් කරන්න විදියක් තියෙනවා. ඒ තමයි තමන්ගේ විදිය. ජීවිතය අත්විඳින්න ආත්ම විශ්වාසයෙන් නැගී සිටින්න. බෝල්ඩ් ඔපම වෙන්න. නැවුම් බව රැකදෙන කුමාරිකා හම්බිට් සංවීධී සමකට කැමෝයිල් බික් ෂේවිං ෆෝම් අත්විදිය හැකි වෙනසකට.
Hey, have you heard about Z?
ZZ. KYC.
Easy.
Mobile banking. Crazy.
Education loans and salary advances.
Amazing. Introducing the Digital Youth Account. NDBZ. NDBZ from NDB Bank. The future is banking on us.
Check.
Your embrace so warm.
Check
with
one, check
more
one, check one,
bite
check
of
one.
Havelock for sunshine. Don't wanna miss
Check one,
this
check
pouring
one, check
rain,
one.
pleasing my soul with one more bite of Havelock for the rain. This freedom takes me north that I have never been.
Enjoy the infinite possibilities of the freedom of space, inspired by the beauty of our land. Sri Lanka's finest finished, largest sized porcelain tile collection, Majestica, Lanka Tiles.
Welcome back to Havelock Park as we look out over the two teams emerging from their dressing rooms. The visitors, St. Joseph's, led by Navin Marasinghe. Out first, here's the team card for St. Joseph. Jahan Atakorala, Chamut Senanayake, Sandesh Indura, Aishan Lanka, Janit Marasinghe, Vishika Fernando, Sachintana Vaidyanatha and Navin Marasinghe, the two key men in the third row there for the Joes. Vihanka Randeepa, Bhishma Jayasekara, Shanuka Alhakun, Ivanu White, Ruchita Rodrigo, big midfield. And we also have Tarusha Jayasurya and Randika Dahamjaya at fullback. He'll be looking to get the ball in his hands a little bit more often. Dahamjaya, he seems to be a dangerous runner for St. Joseph's. The replacements, Ishan.
And for D.S Senanayake, they have made two changes in the forwards as Ratnasiri comes in to the front row, and he will partner Ahil and Omilka, while Hettiarachi and Veerakona are in the lock-in positions. Jananjay, Devmith and Pereira are in the back row for D.S Senanayake, while Manra Piris and Shehada Umar Giliage have been sensational at 9 and 10, and they will continue their combination, while Parna Man and Rajaratna will be in the centers, with Pereira, Vijay Ratna and Menura Pereira rounding off the run on 15 for D.S Senanayake College. And DS have been potent in attack and defense, and they will surely look towards their back line to spark something against the Josephians.
Of course, the two game breakers in that back line, Rajaratna and Vijay Ratna, they'll be looking to get the ball in their hands as often as possible, this Don's team. For the first time in their history, really pushing for top honours. It's been a long time in the making, this team, and they're finally reaching the culmination of all that hard work of the administration as well as these boys who've really worked their skins off on the park. Take nothing away from these lads as well. They've come so close yet so far. Sachintana Vaidyanatha has been outstanding for St. Joseph's over the last couple of years in the number 7 jersey. As we look out at the men who have a hard task today, Gihan Yadavara, Isiru Pereira and Tarindu Pereira will be the assistant referees to Gihan Yadavara. It's going to be a fast-paced game, no doubt. Both these teams like to run and don't really have fly-halves who like to do a lot of kicking, Romario.
Yes, indeed. Both fly-halves like to spread the ball wide, and of course their centers as well love to run. And it'll be a great game, good, interesting game, as the 13 for D.S Senanayake, the skipper, has been sensational throughout the season, and he will be up against Ruchita Rodrigo for St. Joseph's, who has had a decent season. Well, not up to all expectation, but he will be wanting to end round off for the first round with a good game over his opposite number.
It's Chamod Senanayake just exchanging pleasantries with the opposition just before kickoff. Manura Piris, DS's first 11 captain and link man in their first 15 as well. Nice to see double sport colorsman. Straight up is Janit Marasinghe. Ball is well inside the 22, so will be kicked. Eluding the hands of Tevin Pereira. And going into touch just short of the 22. That would have been a stunning 50-22 if that ball just went maybe about 5 more meters.
Yes, indeed. Early doors, St. Joseph's College not looking to play anything inside their own 22 as they clear their lines, but unfortunately just a couple of meters here and there, and the result would have been different. But now it's DS with a line-out opportunity inside their own half.
First line of the game, always one of those moments where the two forward packs like to test each other out. It's a three-man line-out for DS, so they are a little bit wary of this DS Joe's defensive line-out. Good hands and well taken in the end. DS looking to play some ball inside their 22. That was Pereira who had to deal with it, and Vijayaratna just can't hang on to the pass from Rajaratna, and you can see that they're so keen to get 13 and 14 the ball even inside their 22, Romario.
Indeed, Shanak, and early on the message is very clear from D.S Senanayake, and as they're looking to spread the ball wide and penetrate the Josephian defense on the edge.
So kickoff just about to happen up in Pallakale as well, where St. Thomas's are visiting St. Anthony's. And if St. Anthony's win with a comfortable bonus point, they will be going through. Depending on the result of this game here, DS absolutely have to win today. Doesn't matter if they win with a bonus point, they just have to win. Vaidyanatha moving to and fro in the line out and setting up that driving maul. This is the one that St. Joseph's have managed to deal with. But the penalty is coming before the maul was driven out. In at the side is the call from referee Atavara. It was a nicely set up maul at number 2, and always easier to drive out the number 2 ball rather than the number 4 ball, which is what DS tried to do but didn't come in through the gate. And another attacking line out for St. Joseph's. Vaidyanatha at the front, but they go to the back this time. Well taken at number 6. Ayeshan Lanka it was. These two line-out specialists, Lanka and Vaidyanatha, have really done yeoman service. Chamod Seniviratna waits at the back and goes off into Manura Pires. Does he do enough to stop him just short of the line? And that's the try. It came easily to Navin Marasinghe at the end of the day. And once you saw that first driving maul roll its way up the touchline, you always thought that it was going to be a difficult evening for these DS forwards. They have to find an answer and find it quickly, Romario.
Indeed, the Josephian line-out maul set up the first time, but they fell short. But on the second go, the forwards worked their way forward as hooker Chamod set up at the back, and off the tail was Navin Marasinghe, the skipper, breaking off and diving over for the opening try of the game. And just as expected, the Josephians opt in for their heavy forward pack to do the hard work. And early points for St. Joseph's from their first visit into the DS22.
Ivano White is the man who has been handed the kicking boots after Rodrigo has been relieved of his duties. He stands and watches as White manages to drill it through the uprights, and a good start for St. Joseph's here in a game that they really need a bonus point and a win.
Looks like a bit of succession planning there for St. Joseph's for the future, as Rodrigo will be relieved of his 13 duties from school, and it'll be Ivano who will be carrying it forward for the years to come. And it's good to see the youngsters getting backed, and the youngsters delivering on the big stage.
The Josephs are playing for pride and also for the future, aren't they, Romario? They're one of the 3 teams, they're one of the 4 teams that are out of the running for the next round since they've lost a few games. So it's only DS and St. Anthony's and St. Thomas's with technical chances of getting into this second round. St. Joseph's, of course, won't be doing DS any favors today.
St. Joseph's unfortunately lost the opportunity as they went down to St. Thomas's at Mount Lavinia, and that was the decisive game. And unfortunately, they could not get over the Tomians. And from then on, it was just the Josephians playing for pride and for the knockouts with in mind.
Nice steal by Vaidyanatha again, and St. Joseph's now will run it. They're ready for him. Good play by Umagiliage, who brought down the big number 8, Jayavikrama. Rodrigo steps in, getting across his Pereira to make the cover tackle. Here's Randeepa. Runs into the big forwards. Still with good continuity, but they knock the ball on. It's Chamod Seniviratna in the center of the field and the front row forward. Just couldn't hold on to the short pass.
Miscommunication there by the Josephian forwards, and Chamod drops it cold and looks at his supporting player, asks him, what were we doing there, mate?
DS will have to recover from that early setback, as they did last week against St. Thomas's, who also scored early against DS. There's been a knock-on on the floor. Gihan Yatavara's eagle eyes have picked it up. And the heavy Josephian scrum looks like it might have caused a few problems early on.
And yet another opportunity for St. Joseph's, as some good pressure came in on that scrum, and the number 8 for the Dons, unfortunately knocking it on there at the base. And yet another attacking platform for St. Joseph's College, as we see just one man on the blind side, as Ivano White is loitering just behind the scrum.
This ball fed in by Marasinghe, which is not something you see often. And Vaidyanatha gives him the ball. Here he goes from the number 9 position, which is a very unusual tactic. Bit of innovation from Nilfa Ibrahim and his team. Gihan Yatavara has spotted the infringement previously.
Bit of early getting to know each other by the two teams, as the referee was consulting his AR, but nothing too cynical and too serious, as the game goes on. And now St. Joseph's College with an attacking line out inside the DS 22.
DS have to pull their socks up for this one. It's always difficult for a forward pack that has been backpedaling. And when you're faced with the same situation without anything really happening in the game, without being able to visit the opposition half, to come back and to face that exact situation again is never easy. Go to the back again. Ayeshan Lanka winning it. Setting it up on the 15-meter line and looking for that extra 15 meters. Chamod Seniviratna was the one who took it towards the 5-meter line. Induvara looking for a little bit of work here, but his mates have done the job up front. Everyone lining up to score here, but the Josephians need to make sure that they get and put their heads in there. It looks like it is a score. And it is Ayeshan Lanka who caught that ball in the line out, who ends up scoring it as well. So good pick and go from this Josephian team, and getting their just rewards.
Heavy forwards, keeping it up close and tight with them, as the DS forward pack not having any answers in this opening 10 minutes or so, as St. Joseph's College run into an early 12-point lead.
Make that a 14-point lead as Ivano White drills it through. Good exposure for the youngster. It's a no-pressure game for the Josephians. And he's a big lad, isn't he, Romario? Couple more years left and should be an interesting prospect.
Indeed, a lot of hopes on his shoulders, resting on him for the years to come. And he has got the skill in him, and it's just about building the confidence. And this sort of game on the big stage with plenty depending on it, it'll be a good boost for his confidence as he manages to notch over a couple of conversions.
And St. Joseph's would have learned their lessons from the last few games, especially that game against St. Thomas's, where they took their foot off the gas after going into a commanding lead and suddenly found the team that was easily second best up to that point coming back at them strongly. So they will really not want to take their hands off the neck of this DS team. It's a bit of a hold up. Looks like the ball has gotten lost. White's kick went well behind the advertising hoardings. Sparsely occupied Havelock's ground. I think a lot of games happening today, Romario. Lots of people might have opted to stay at home and watch the bloody slow cup.
Yes, the All Blacks have gone into a 19-point lead, 19-5, as Umar kickstarts the game for D.S Senanayake.
Ball bouncing into touch. So it will be a Josephian put in. Nobody touched it on the way out. So it's the first real foray into the opposition 20 after 12 minutes of play for DS. So they will want to get something for their efforts, get something on the scoreboard so that they can start building up. Seniviratne looks like he's going to the front this time. Nicely taken by Lanka, who has moved to the front.
Unfortunately there, Chamod just breaking down the blind side and did not have enough space as he was bundled out into touch.
Chandu Rajaratna hasn't had the ball in a attacking position. Outstanding ball player, good hands, really strong runner as well. Reminds me a lot of Janidu Dilshan in his stature, Romario, and he's as good a player, I think, at this stage of his career. Nicely taken by DS Hettiarachi off the front of the line out, and now it's quick ball to these dangerous backs. Nice little loop around. Here's Rajaratna. Lovely handoff. Just bundled into touch, but the ball stays in play, and DS will try to capitalize on that marauding run by their captain. Umagiliage with a lovely long ball out, but just doesn't go to hand, and unfortunately for them, it will be a knock-on. But has referee Yadavara spotted a penalty? Yes, he has.
Offside the Josephian defensive line as they did not backtrack fast enough. But what a break there by the captain for D.S Senanayake College. And just as we spoke about him, he made a scintillating break down the far side. Quite unfortunate not to get over the line, but as he was bundled out. But having said that, now D.S Senanayake with their first opportunity for points as the Josephian defensive line was caught offside.
Well, DS will play this one safe. They will be a little conservative because they are just targeting the win. They don't need their 4 tries. They don't need anything extra. They just need their 5 points from the win, and they'll take it any which way it comes. Umagiliage at what has become his home ground will look for the first points for D.S Senanayake, and it's 14 points to 3. Is this where the DS lads get a little bit of confidence and start coming back into the game?
It's clear to see, Shanaka, that the two teams are coming in with quite different game plans. The Josephians opt in for the forwards as DS opt for the 3 quarters to use the ball.
Little bit of a fumble off that kickoff. Now available with St. Joseph's, who look to run the open side. Still going. Getting in towards the 22. Good tackle, bundling them out in the corner is Pereira.
And by the looks of it, that was Jayasuriya who was bundled out into touch. Should have just set things up and sent it back to the open side rather than opting to go on the blind.
Absolutely, Romario. Tarush Jayasuriya showing there that a lot of the schoolboy wingers really need this skill of coming back into the field of play. Nice quick ball again from DS. And this time, instead of running, they opt to go for the safety of the touchline. A lot of these wingers really need to cut back into the field of play, set up another phase, but they end up really getting tackled into touch, which is not something that coaches will be too happy with.
Yeah, also, Shanaka, they think that they have the speed to go around their opposite number, but that's where they lack a bit of skill of just stepping back in and recycling. But yes, the referee has somehow managed to spot a bit of a knock-on there as Ayeshan Lanka looks like he's just getting to know the number 14 of D.S Senanayake College and reminding him that unfortunately he dropped the ball there.
Interesting to see where that knock-on came, because Vijay, he had a clear run. Ball might have bounced off one of the opposition players.
The referee passing on the message to the captains. Just need to play the game and leave the scruffles off it as Yatavara lays down the law to the two captains, and
would be a Josephian put in. They will want to play this in the opposition half of the field. Ramdeepa snipes on the blind side, but DS are alive to the danger and snaffling behind the gain line. Looks like that little intervention from Ayeshan Lanka has really put the DS tails up. And they've managed to turn that ball over pretty quickly. You can see the body language of this DS team now starting to just look a little bit more positive.
yes, as the Josephians unfortunately just their hands letting them down on a couple of occasions, and with that the momentum has shifted just a little bit as the crowds also get into the thick of the action.
It's important that they get this scrum. Good platform for Pereira off the back, showing good skills, good number 8 core skills. Long ball off the back. Vijayaratne. Looks like the ball has been secured again, which is good because DS will get another opportunity. Here's Lisson. But it's stolen away from Marasinghe, and here he goes. The Big Joe's number 8 looking to do some damage, but unfortunately can't get rid of the ball. Didn't have any support players. Was isolated, and DS swooped in on the top of it.
Naveen Marasinghe managed to turn over the ball at the base, but his team was caught on the back foot as he got isolated, and the D.S Senanayake defenders pounced on the opportunity, jackalling over, and they won the penalty for them. As we are 20 minutes into the game, St. Joseph's College 14 points to 3 ahead of DS, but now Uma from D.S Senanayake and the skipper has opted to go for the posts.
Well, interesting because they did manage to make a few inroads when they had the ball, Romario, and thought maybe they should go for touch here because it is quite an angular conversion. It's good to kick your penalties, but sometimes you need to take the 7-point option as well. Just wait, because they look like they've gotten a bit of confidence in that last few movements.
Also, the momentum was slightly shifting in the game, and it would have been a good option. However, Rajaratna and DS, by the looks of it, they have come in with the mindset of getting over St. Joseph's College by at least 1 point, and hence opting to go for the 3 points.
Well, Umagiliege will know his range. He's obviously practiced here. We didn't hear a roar from the crowd as it went up, so that's 3 points left on the park, perhaps even 7. DS will need to show a little bit more confidence and really play for a win if they want to really make an impression in this season. Taken by Paranamana. Manura Pires gets there quickly, but not quickly enough before getting shoved back. Here's Hettiarachi charging into the thick of those Josephian forwards. Now there's space, good hands. Stepping back infield, Pereira. Good dominant position over the ruck, but coming in from the side, says the referee. Really good work that time by Umagiliege to get there and protect that ball, and they've done what I think they should have done previously, taken it quickly and gone. St. Joseph's were caught a little bit napping. Umagiliege, Paranamana, Pereira, Jananje. Still available, is it? Yes, it is. Umagiliege calling for it now. He's got some big forward runners with him. Lovely run that time by Veerakon. And the penalty is coming, and the referee might have a long blast and think of a yellow as well.
And it's Randiga Dahamje who sees yellow for what looked as if was a bit of a cynical penalty there. And he clearly stopped good momentum for the Dons as he's sent to the bin for 10 minutes.
Such a dangerous run at the Hamje, but really needs to work on his defensive end of the field skills as well if he's going to be playing at fullback. Can show it to you again. We'll tell you exactly what the Hamje did. Steady scrum. This is good range for Pereira, but they opt to go with the line. Umagiliage with a lovely little ball through. Manages to get it away to Vijay Ratna. St. Joseph's trying to drag him out into touch. They don't have a scrum half. Now they do. Ratnasiri. Here it is again through Ahil. Ahil crabbing towards the posts. Pires calling for his forwards desperately. And that's where the penalty is coming, because there was just not enough reinforcements. You saw Manura Pires in desperation calling for them to get there, but they were just too slow and Joseph over the ball.
Unfortunately, I think it was Umagiliage who coughed up that try for D.S Senanayake College. He clearly had the overlap with the winger on the near touch line open, but he opted to hang on to it for that extra second, and I think that's what cost the Dons, as now St. Joseph's College clear their lines. And it was a good bit of play there by the Josephians at the breakdown. They spotted that the DS players were all lined up and there was no support at the breakdown, and they put a bit of pressure, and the DS Senanayake lads were caught for not supporting their body weight at the breakdown.
Thought Umagiliage could perhaps have gone on his own. When he made the decision to hold on to the ball, he had to go the whole hog. Chamod Senivaratna throws. Well taken by Vaidyanatha, and now St. Joseph's will try to slow it down a little bit. Good work from Jananjay to get back. Just stop that driving maul or slow it down a little bit. Randeepa. Remember that St. Joseph's are playing without a fullback.
Was that a 50-22, Shanaka?
I think it might have been, isn't it? Yes, it is.
Great spot there by the number 9, Vihanga Randeepa. He saw that the DS defense was backpedaling, and the winger had tracked forward to stop the maul, and picked the opportunity and somehow managed to find the 50-22. And now St. Joseph's College with yet another opportunity with an attacking line out in the DS 22.
Senivaratna to throw in. Two pods for St. Joseph's, two distinct pods. Now they changed their shape a little bit. Vaidyanatha reaches for it. Keeping it nice and tight, the Josephian forwards. Now they break away through Vaidyanatha himself, going towards the try line. And that's really good work by the DS players to turn that ball over. Really good defensive work. Couldn't tell you who it was, I'm afraid, but outstanding work by the Dons. And Manura Pires now spots the fact that there's no fullback, but doing well is Ruchit Rodrigo to cover that space. Good offload from the deck. Ivano White finds Alakon. Alakon is over in the corner.
Missed tackle by the D.S Senanayake winger, and the Josephian winger duly obliges as he fends off the last tackler and dives over in the far corner.
It's Sarusha Jayasuriya. My apologies. Just as we were talking about him coming back into the field of play, he scores a try. Very much in the field of play that time. Nice spot from Ivano White as well. Managed to get the ball across just in time to allow Jayasuriya to make the run.
I thought Ruchit Rodrigo may have coughed up that opportunity by running back in towards where it was, but worked the ball wide. Some good finishing there by Jayasuriya. Just go over for the third try for St. Joseph's College. Slowly but surely running away with it. The 16-point lead. Conversion to come.
It's a good connection. Commanding lead now. They're one try short of a bonus, but DS desperately need a win. The ball coming off the foot of the Josephian player.
Not happy that made a bit of a meal out of it. That was just in the thick of the action. He has been crossing a bit of trouble to his opponents, but somehow the Josephian skipper and co getting a hold of him. So 4-man line out for, well in fact a 3-man line out for D.S Senanayake.
Nicely done, 7-style line out from Ratnasiri there. And here's a little loop around from Pereira, the fullback, but the ball doesn't go to Rajaratna. The referee will come back for the penalty that he's seen. So loop around has been working pretty well for DS, but just wasn't accurate that time. I'm not sure 3 points is going to be enough now. Well, they opt for it nevertheless. Lumagilege has given up his kicking duties just after that one miss, and it looks like Wijayaratne will be taking this kick. The big winger. Such a good prospect for the club and Sri Lanka circuit if he stays fit. The gentle strike of the boot. Wijayaratne looks like he's got a lot more range on him than that. As he cuts the lead to 13 points. Janindu Wijayaratne. 19-6. Thumping return of the kick from DS, and they look to finish this half strongly. They will need to get a little closer than this 13 points, Romario, if they are to trouble that DS halftime, the Joe's halftime huddle, I would think. Senanayake looks for Vaidyanathan again. Takes it beautifully at number 4 and sets up that driving maul, sapping the energy of this DS forward pack. See the likes of Devin Pereira, who have been forced to do a lot of tight work, so you don't see him off the base of the scrum as much. Wijayaratne. That's a big miss for DS. They've invited pressure back onto themselves, just as we were talking about them finishing the half strongly. They concede an attacking line out. Vaidenatha has been superb at the front of this line out. They do the job again. Looks like Hettiarachi got in the way there and collapsed at Mall, but referee Atavara says play on. Rodrigo, the Hamje is back. Cutting back infield nicely, the Josephian player. He has a little bit of space now, opening out, and the try scored. Looks like it's Javikrama who scores that try. Reshma Jayasekara it is. He went through all the Jayas and eventually ended up at the right one.
Fourth try for St. Joseph's College. D.S Senanayake College staring down the barrel. The first half seems to be coming to an end.
This will be the last kick of the half, and St. Joseph's have already wrapped up their bonus point. Fortunately for them, they are out of the running. And if this match goes the way that it has in the first 35 minutes, then one of St. Anthony's and St. Thomas's might find their way through into the second round. St. Anthony's looking the odds-on favourites for that at the moment, leading the Thomians by 10 points to 3. And Ivano White's kick is close, but no cigar for the young lad, as referee Atavara blows his whistle for the short break.
24 points to 6 here at Havelock Park as St. Joseph's College with a command in lead in surprising circumstances. D.S Senanayake College with everything to play for and everything to do in this second half. As DS trailed by 18 points or so. St. Joseph's College 24, D.S Senanayake 6 here at Havelock Park. Nine minutes. Back. If anything is to go the way of D.S Senanayake, they will surely have to bite back. Chicken sausages by Keel's Crest. As the Josephian huddle just inside the field, as D.S Senanayake 2 are inside the 22.
Scored by St. Joseph.
beautiful outside and inside.
නව වැඩි දියුණු කළ ඩැන්ඩෙක්ස් ඇක්ටිව් ක්ලිම්බසෝල් පළමු සේදීමෙන්ම ඉස්සොරි ඉවත් කරයි. හැමදාම ඩැන්ඩෙක්ස් නම්
හැමදාම no problem.
ඩැන්ඩෙක්ස් හිස නිදහසේ ඉදිරියට. නව වැඩි දියුණු කළ ඩැන්ඩෙක්ස් ඇක්ටිව් ක්ලිම්බසෝල් පළමු සේදීමෙන්ම ඉස්සොරි ඉවත් කරයි. හැමදාම ඩැන්ඩෙක්ස් නම්
හැමදාම no problem.
ඩැන්ඩෙක්ස් හිස නිදහසේ ඉදිරියට. හැමදාම ඩැන්ඩෙක්ස් නම්
හැමදාම no problem.
ඩැන්ඩෙක්ස් හිස නිදහසේ ඉදිරියට.
Rebel for love. Manicure hot and spicy, trending fashion on a navy. Rasa baby, Papare beat the kid. Saturday cook to me Punjabi. Let the baby, Saturday kapuna. Rasa diva parayuna. Saturday at the nari cook to me Pantama. Fun update bena, hot cup pe kapmana. Saturday at the nari cook to me Pantama. Prima cook to me Pantamai.
Cheese sa to yalu set teka smiley bedanawa. Ona vela because nakke kadakka mahita fix benawa. Sarve kamati ay dawasa puravat sara illanawa. Calypso mix to ona vela ka nagala mayanawa. Boring life ka break up karagala salsa naganawa. Lulu ratavat onion kick full happening manawa. Anchi
රටටම රස බෙදෙන මංජි රස බලකාය දැන් අලුත් වෙලා.
One more bite of rebel for sunshine.
හැමදාම ඩැන්ඩෙක්ස් නම්
හැමදාම no problem.
ඩැන්ඩෙක්ස් හිස නිදහසේ ඉදිරියට.
Cheese sa to yalu set teka smiley bedanawa. Ona vela because nakke kadakka mahita fix benawa. Sarve kamati ay dawasa puravat sara illanawa. Calypso mix to ona vela ka nagala mayanawa. Boring life ka break up karagala salsa naganawa. Lulu ratavat onion kick full happening manawa. Anchi
රටටම රස බෙදෙන මංජි රස බලකාය දැන් අලුත් වෙලා.
Hey, have you heard about Z?
ZZ. WeKYC.
Easy.
Mobile banking. Crazy.
Education loans and salary advances.
Amazing. Introducing the Digital Youth Account. NDBZ. NDBZ from NDB Bank. The future is banking on us.
ඕනම දෙයක් කරන්න විදියක් තියෙනවා. ඒ තමයි තමන්ගේ විදිය. ජීවිතය අත්විඳින්න. ආත්ම විශ්වාසයෙන් නැගී සිටින්න. බෝල්ඩ් ඔපම වෙන්න.
Colombo, beautiful outside and inside.
ඕනම දෙයක් කරන්න විදියක් තියෙනවා. ඒ තමයි තමන්ගේ විදිය. ජීවිතය අත්විඳින්න. ආත්ම විශ්වාසයෙන් නැගී සිටින්න. බෝල්ඩ් ඔපම වෙන්න.
Hey, have you heard about Z?
ZZ. WeKYC.
Easy.
Mobile banking. Crazy.
Education loans and salary advances.
Amazing. Introducing the Digital Youth Account. NDBZ. NDBZ from NDB Bank. The future is banking on us.
Enjoy the infinite possibilities of the freedom of space, inspired by the beauty of our land. Sri Lanka's finest finished, largest sized porcelain tile collection. Majestica. Lanka Tiles. Fine living redefined.
නව වැඩි දියුණු කළ ඩැන්ඩෙක්ස් ඇක්ටිව් ක්ලිම්බසෝල් පළමු සේදීමෙන්ම ඉස්සොරි ඉවත් කරයි. හැමදාම ඩැන්ඩෙක්ස් නම්
හැමදාම no problem.
ඩැන්ඩෙක්ස් හිස නිදහසේ ඉදිරියට.
ඕනම දෙයක් කරන්න විදියක් තියෙනවා. ඒ තමයි තමන්ගේ විදිය. ජීවිතය අත්විඳින්න. ආත්ම විශ්වාසයෙන් නැගී සිටින්න. බෝල්ඩ් ඔප ඔපම වෙන්න.
Colombo, beautiful outside and inside.
ඕනම දෙයක් කරන්න විදියක් තියෙනවා. ඒ තමයි තමන්ගේ විදිය. ජීවිතය අත්විඳින්න ආත්ම විශ්වාසයෙන් නැගී සිටින්න. ගෝල්ඩ් ඔපම වෙන්න.
The time has come, once again, for the Warriors to battle in pursuit of supremacy. Dialog Schools Rugby League. The battle for supremacy starts in June.
Catch the excitement real time. Be up to date with it all. Let us capture your milestones. Get it sizzling hot off the turf. Hear the experts break it down. Dig deep into the nitty-gritties. Be inspired by their greatness. Relive all the scintillating action.
Check one, testing one. Check one, testing one. Check one. Testing one. One, testing one.
Season 1 දැනුම Season 2 චරිතාවලිය Season 3 ක්‍රීඩා විප්ලව
with the second half action here at Havelock Park.
Check test. හරිද?
Welcome back to Havelock Park as we bring you live action on the Papare.com of this Dialog Schools Rugby League Tournament Game 2023 between the hosts D.S Senanayake and the challengers St. Joseph's College. Gihan Yatavara signals for the second half to begin in just a few seconds, as it has been one-way traffic in the first 35 minutes when St. Joseph's notching up 4 tries and getting their bonus point just in exchange for 2 penalties for the home team. All the administrative issues have been settled as the Hamja kicks off. And DS run it back at this big Josephian forward pack. DS have shown patches of being able to deal with these huge forwards of the Josephians, but not enough because they've conceded 4 tries to what has been some excellent tight forward work from Navin Marasinga and his mates. Vaidyanatha now looking to run after doing so much good tight work in the first half, but really well stolen that time by Jananjaya. The Josephian flank got a little isolated, but good work over the ball from DS. Ratnasiri to throw in his distinctive red scrum cap. Taken nicely by Deumit in the number 7 jersey, and they switch the play. Nicely done by DS that time. Rajaratna drops it backwards, so they will get a chance to play on. The body position from the DS forwards it's not great there, but they managed to hold on to the ball. DS up quickly. Really good tackle made that time by Vishika Fernando. Manura Pires. The kick through from Rajaratna, but well fielded that time by St. Joseph's. They had a second line of defense who expected it, and they've managed to turn the ball over. This time it's a knock-on. Here's Jananjaya going again. Pires. In to the heavy traffic goes Pereira, the number 8. Smith strongly but not legally.
Straight upright.
Well, I'm surprised by this, unless there is some permutation of points that I don't quite know. Perhaps all they want to do is stay within 7 points and get even the losing bonus point, Romario, which is perhaps not how I'd expected DS to approach this game. Just want to stay in touch, because even the losing bonus point will be enough for them. 24-6. You've got to question why 24-9 will be better than going to the corner. Vijayaratna. Ball comes off the uprights. He smashes it against the uprights. A lovely connection from the young lad. Plenty of range. And that's just a very silly intervention by Jehan Adukorala. Coming right through the side there. The ball was still inside the ruck. Had no rights to that ball, as we see the kick coming off up the uprights. Might be a blessing in disguise actually for DS if they manage to score a try off it.
DS opt for the scrum. This is a bit more attacking rather than opt-in for the 3 points. As
so it was indeed a blessing in disguise, that ball missing the 3 points and coming back off the post, creating a penalty, and DS doing what they probably should have done a little while earlier. Going for the scrum, and that nice 8-9 combination, St. Joseph's couldn't read it. They thought they'd done enough in the scrum, but it was nice work from Pereira, the number 8, who's, I said before, shows some good core skills. Managed to get the ball away, and Manura Pires went through a yawning gap to touchdown under the posts. Vijayaratne has 90 seconds to make this kick. It's a bit of a lame duck kick, but doesn't matter as it goes over. He has a bit of a wry smile as well. Janitha Vijayaratne wouldn't have wanted to face his captain if he missed that easy one. Umagiliage has been
Yes, I think the usual fly half has been substituted, as early on in the first half he did seem to get a bit of a knock, and by the looks of it he hasn't recovered.
the Hamja with the kick-off deep inside the DS 22. Pereira, the fullback, thumps this into touch. Seems to be a bit of a breeze coming from just over the Havelock's clubhouse, blowing from the left to right on your screen. Be a line out for St. Joseph's to just consolidate some position, make sure that this game doesn't get too close, because suddenly another try and you're looking at a one-score game. (24-13), reading much better than 24-9 if you're a DS fan. Rajaratne coming back into the field of play, might have had a few running repairs. Nice work from Vaidyanatha. But referee Yadavara says there was some obstruction. He won the ball, but there were players in front of him before the maul was formed. And DS now have another opportunity to get down into the Josephian half and put some pressure on. Pereira on your screens, the young number 8. Outstanding from the back of the scrum last week for DS. Ball was fumbled off the line out, but it doesn't matter as Veerakun powers his way into the 22. Nice hands from DS there, and luckily for them, they managed to find the boot before knocking that ball on, and they will get the scrum put in as well. So good thinking on the fly there.
And one score is all it took for the Dons, as the momentum has shifted drastically in this game. And now St. Joseph's College find themselves deep inside their own half with quite a bit of defending to do.
Lob to put some pressure on the scrum. Pereira leaves it for Pires, and here's Vijayaratne coming in. Paranamna. Ball goes over Rajaratna, and he does well to snaffle it back. They've marked him well today, and he hasn't had many opportunities, the DS captain. Vaidyanatha giving away a penalty again. And this is an interesting call, Romario. Do you take the 3 or do you go for post? 24-16. Build the pressure.
The players and the skipper just having a bit of a chat, and by the looks of it, they have opted for the 3. Yes, indeed, 3 points is the call of the day, as they just want to seemingly be in touch with the Josephians. And now yet another penalty, a join in the post, and straight away D.S Senanayake opts for the 3 points.
So just to remind our viewers, especially the DS fans who have joined us from wherever you may be in Sri Lanka or the globe, all DS need to do today is be within 7 points of St. Joseph's, even if they concede the game. If they do that, whatever happens in Pallakele does not matter. Either St. Anthony's or St. Thomas's can score 8 tries, 10 tries. Doesn't matter, because DS will go through. Vijayaratna, and this one is well wide of the left hand upright. Seemed to rush his run up there a little bit, just snatched at the ball a little too early. And they're missing Umagiliage.
And to add to their woes, Shanaka, by the looks of it, the skipper too is down off screen. And this will not be a happy sight for the coaching staff of D.S Senanayake College.
Well, I really hope it's nothing serious, but unfortunately it looks like I might be wrong. He did come back from the medical tent, but it looks like there is a problem with the shoulder or the wrist. His adrenaline will be pumping. He will want to come back, of course, but it's important that the administrators and the coaching staff think of the welfare of Rajaratna and think also of the matches that they have coming up in the season. The time will come back on, and looks like they have replaced him. So we won't see Rajaratna again for the remainder of this game at least. Retaining the ball from that 22-meter dropout. It's untidy stuff at the moment, but St. Joseph's have managed to win it back and will want to play some rugby in the DS half of the field. It's exactly what they opt to do this time. Penalty is coming for not rolling away. So DS giving away, Joe's giving away just a few too many penalties in this last few minutes of the game. Ball bouncing into the hands of Dahamje, but the referee will call him back.
Vihanga Randeepa caught in no man's land there, but thankfully for him, Ruchit Rodrigo was there to clean up the mess. But still, St. Joseph's College under the bump, as D.S Senanayake College minus 10 and 13 are applying quite the bit of pressure on the visitors, as we just close in to the 50-minute mark.
Yes, 2 big blows for DS in its all-important game. They've got to have one eye on the future as well. Umagiliage and Rajaratna, 2 key players who have suffered injuries. Ratnasiri. It's a decent ball off the top. Nice run by the ever-present Weerakon, but unfortunately for him, he wasn't able to place the ball. As soon as he hit the deck, he's taken too many rolls, so that's a welcome
as Ivano White takes his own cool time and comes in with a good touch find. Unfortunately for the DS player, he fell on the wrong side and took just one too many rolls and was penalized by the referee.
Thought he was a little unlucky there, Weerakon. Did try his best, but needed to start the work a little earlier. Lovely ball to the back of the line out from Chamod Seniviratne to Ayeshan Lanka. And the ball breaks away and keeps driving, but the referee says no, that's an obstruction. He doesn't think it was the same maul that broke away. Romario and myself in the commentary box may have seen it a little differently, but we don't have the whistle.
And a great touch find there, unfortunately there for the Josephians. The maul broke away, but the referee saw it otherwise, as the touch find too was put in deep, and thankfully for the kicker, he somehow just managed to graze the touch line. And D.S Senanayake College back into the Josephian 22.
Enough. And Pereira now, who's the replacement fly half, does a job. Manura Pires this time didn't come for the loop, and Chamod Seniviratne his hands if it did. Was on Joseph's.
Unfortunately for DS, the attack letting them down. A bit of butterfingers by the big lock forward. Early on, I think the number 9 did have a bit of space, but with the Josephian prop getting in his eye line, I think he was disturbed a bit, and hence the pass went over him and into touch. And now St. Joseph's College with a feed into the scrum.
Off the back goes Navin Marasinghe. We haven't seen a lot of this today, but here it is, and it might be enough as he gallops away. This is why he probably should use the Maori sidestep rather than the conventional one. Hands over the ball, says referee Atawara, as the Dons Jackalers try to steal the ball off the big Josephian captain. First time we've seen him in some space, stretching his legs. Here he goes. Gets rid of the first tackle and the second tackle, and then it opens up for him. Just tried to sidestep, which is really not what we want to see from Navin Marasinghe. We just want to see him running through players.
Quite unfortunate there for Marasinghe, just his foot in letting him down, but now St. Joseph's College just want to break the momentum in the game and hence opt in for the 3 points from quite a tricky angle, as Ivano has not been able to convert any kicks from wide, but now with an opportunity to make it 27.
Interesting tactic from St. Joseph's. And again, that kick is away, but it won't matter. Comfortable lead. But it looks like St. Joseph's just wanted to stay ahead in the game, Romario, and given the way that their maul and their line out has been working, I'm surprised they didn't want to kick that to the corner.
Points and made the things difficult for them, but this time around as well, similar errors creeping in, but the Josephians will be hoping that it doesn't come back to bite them.
Devin Pereira fielding that ball really well on the touchline there, managing to give it away to his fullback to buy some territory. Good kick from Pereira, who has been pretty staunch at the back with his touch finders. So DS really need to roll the dice here. Remember, they need to come between 7 points of this St. Joseph's total, whatever that final total will be. Not sure what the scores are up in Pallekele. Nicely done by Ayeshan Lanka at the back. It's a bit of an untidy end to that maul, but St. Joseph still have it. Randeepa. Smart kick that time, grubbering it. No space for Pereira to run. Fielded by the dangerous Rodrigo. Takes it over the halfway line. Marasinghe. Nicely stolen that time by Lisson. No, it wasn't, says the referee, and the tackler didn't release.
The Josephian attacker knocked on the
Well, it's a long way out, isn't it, Romario? And Ivano White's kicks have not found the mark in the last few attempts, so this is quite an interesting option. It's a good strike. It's a lovely strike. In fact, he's got plenty of distance on it, so you can see that he's a kicker of some pedigree, but the accuracy is just not there. But that's 6 points that St. Joseph's should have taken. Might even be in 14. They haven't handled the restarts particularly well, I have to say. Janit Marasinghe it was that time, who just dropped that one. Looked up a little bit too early. Damja. A very elusive runner, but hasn't seen much of the ball today. St. Joseph's have been doing a lot of work through their forwards, so not a lot happening out wide. Nice burst by Pereira, gets over the halfway line. And Pires will look for Virakon again. Caught behind the gain line is the big lock forward. Good contest for the ball. Lisson on the loop to Manura Pires. It's a nice little kick through. And Dahamja now, it comes off the player, so everybody's onside and they can play on. Now Manura Pires with a lovely long ball out. Kicks it away and manages to find touch. DS. Think they might probably have kept that one in hand, Romario.
They sure did have quite a few on the open side, or rather the
Deumit will be trying to go up in front and win this one. Tries, but to no avail this time. Nicely done by Lanka. Nice strong jump. And good experience from St. Joseph's to make sure that they just go to the number 2 safe ball. Vihanga Randeepa calls for some cover. And Alahakon will chase. Nicely done. Here's Vijayaratna now. Dragged down in a superb tackle from Halakon. Still gets up and goes. Manura Pires. Here's Virakon. It's been outstanding for DS. Here it is again through Pereira, the replacement. Lovely shift. Here's Paranamna. Pereira stepping back infield. Lovely tackle again from Tarusha Jayasekara. On his opposite number, Manura Pires. DS now with their tails up. Really good work by Bhishma Jayasekara there, slowing the ball down. Play on, says the referee, and that's exactly what Chamod Seniviratna does. He's the first to react. DS have lost the ball after all that excellent work. And Ruchit Rodrigo will thump this one down to Pereira. Pereira is isolated, manages to get the ball off the deck. St. Joseph's desperately defending now. Not rolling away is the call, and Pereira drops it, so they will come back for the penalty.
Thankfully for the DS lad, the penalty was coming, but I think the ball was placed in
Well, they've scored only the 1 try so far. So they'll have to get 3 tries very quickly in order to get the 4 try bonus point. The only way they can try to get a point in this game is to finish within 7 points of St. Joseph's. They're 11 adrift, so they need 5 points and to hope that St. Joseph's don't score again. That ball is overthrown, badly overthrown, and quickly snaffled by Janit Marasinghe, the younger of the Marasinghe brothers. Randeepa from the base. Here's Pereira. Lovely loop around from Manura Pires. And here's the danger man, Vijayaratna. They've marked him well and they bring him down. Reached Bhishma Jayasekara it was who chased up and tackled. Ball is available, but there was a knock on, so DS will have a put in.
Things are heating up here at Havelock Park. D.S Senanayake College 11 points behind St. Joseph's, as they're pushing down the door of St. Joseph's College. However, the visitors are somehow managing to hold on. But is it just a matter of time?
Well, it is a matter of time because there's only 4.5 minutes left. 7 points will see DS in the second round. So will 5. Here's Manora Pires. Remember, they're playing without their talismanic skipper Rajaratna. It's all for DS to do. This man has stepped up today. Virakon takes him inside the 22. DS go through past the gain line. Pereira, long ball over the top to the other Pereira. Dummies comes inside the 22. Manora Pires acting as a fly half now. Now he goes into his scrum half position. Lisson coughs the ball up, but the referee says there was a penalty coming. The DS Mathematics Department will look to the bench. 5 points is what they need to get into the second round, for sure. We don't know what's happened up in Pallekele. But the 5 points will ensure that they make it into the second round if St. Joseph's don't score again. Stuff.
Indeed, and the final few decisions unfortunately going away the hosts, as they have opted to go for the posts a couple of times, and yet again they do so. The defense of St. Joseph's College was caught offside there, as the referee wasn't too happy with the defenders not being behind the hindmost foot. And now the number 9 of D.S Senanayake College with an opportunity to make it 16 points from right in front.
"24 points to 16 is what the score will read if Manora Pires knocks this over. And he does it with ease. Swivels around and runs back to try again. Easy strike for the DS scrum half. It's 24 points to 16. It's all happening here. The crowd on the edge of their seats. St. Joseph's don't care. They shouldn't care. They just want to win the game. They've got their bonus point. And they strangely also took 3 penalty kicks, which could easily have been touch finders and driving maul tries. The Hamje wants to figure out what they need to do. Vihanga Randeep runs over to the Josephian section of the crowd and says, "Please get back. We can't start the game without you." It's 1 more minute. It's been a little bit of a disturbance at the far end of the ground.
Quite an unfortunate end to this game, to what has been a gripping encounter here at Havelock Park. As we see a few highlights from the game, St. Joseph's College managed to open the score in the first half, and they managed 4 tries comprehensively, getting over the try line on all 4 occasions. But D.S Senanayake College have somehow managed to bounce back in this second half with a try and a couple of penalties. Bhishma on that occasion scoring for St. Joseph's College. In the second half, it was the number 9 for D.S Senanayake College who went over. Well, that's the only try for D.S Senanayake College. But we are back underway here live.
The news coming in from Pallakele is not good for D.S Senanayake College. St. Anthony's have beaten St. Thomas's convincingly, gone to 23 points on the table, Romario. DS remain at 22. They desperately need to get that 23rd point to have a chance. Which is why I'm wondering why they took all those kicks at goal sometimes. They desperately needed this win. They needed to go for a big win. Try to get that bonus point, the try bonus point. Their line-out has been functioning pretty decently as well, so that wasn't a factor for them. But let's see what happens. Do they have a few seconds now in order to win a penalty? Chamod Seniviratna. Ayeshan Lanka. Here's Navin Marasinha. Marasinha barging through. Has the support now. Ball is available for St. Joseph's. Ayeshan Lanka. Randeepa. Here's Navin Marasinha again, trying to make his presence felt in the dying moments of this game. Have to say, DS have not been intimidated by the big skipper. Here's Janit Marasinha now. Induvara stands over, picks and goes. Here they go once again. Close quarters. Finally, they picked their game up after being on the back foot for most of this second half. Janit Marasinha access scrum half. We have to pick a player of the game, Romario, and for me, I really like what Sachin Thanavaidyanatha has done today, as has Ayeshan Lanka. The 2 second rows have been really good in the line-out, which has provided the platform for the 4 tries that DS have scored, and they've been pretty good on defense as well. Here they go now, still pounding away at this DS line. Bhishma Jayasekara is over! Bhishma Jayasekara gets his second try of the game. After the forwards had pounded and pounded and pounded away at this DS defense. And this is a really good finish for the Josephians.
Indeed, Shanak, and I think that sets the seal on this game for St. Joseph's College. And by the looks of it, it sets the seal on DS's season as well, as St. Anthony's will be jumping in the aisles up in Kandy. Ivano White will, well, in fact, it's Ruchida Rodrigo who has ironically taken back the kicking duties to knock over this final conversion from the touchline. as Ruchida Rodrigo lines this conversion over. I think the NDB player of the match goes deservedly to Sachintana Vaidyanatha as St. Joseph's College wrap up this game 29 points to 16 here at Havelock Park. And unfortunately for D.S Senanayake College, they fall short of second round qualification. The elated Josephian support running on to this Havelock Park as they secure a convincing win at the final time of asking in this Dialog Schools Rugby League 2023. St. Joseph's College 29, D.S Senanayake College 16 reads the score here at full time at Havelock Park. And the Josephians will be elated with the result as D.S Senanayake College unfortunately failed to bite back. The Keel's Crest Naimeris chicken sausages, the bite that bites back. As St. Joseph's College somehow managed to hold on, and Bhishma's second try after the hooter put the game to bed in favor of St. Joseph's College. And disappointment for the hosts as we see highlights from the second half. The number 9 of D.S Senanayake scored the only try for them in the second half, as a couple of penalties off the boot of 14 and number 9 managed to get them in touching distance, but it was not enough as Bhishma scored for St. Joseph's College and set the seal on the game. 29 points to 16 reads here at Havelock Park as St. Joseph's College secure the game. A bonus point win in favor of the Josephians. 5 tries, 2 conversions, and for DS it was just a single try and a conversion, and 3 penalties. And of course the NDB player of the match was Aishan Lanka for his hard work in the at the breakdown and in the forward pack, which paved the way for the Josephian forwards and the backs to score the 5 tries. The only game of week 7, Kingswood hosting Wesley College in their big match at Bogambara. Live action coming to you on www.thepapare.com tomorrow from 4 p.m. onwards. And until we meet tomorrow from Bogambara, it's thank you and good night from me, Romario De Silva, Shanaka, the technical and the production crew. Thank you and goodbye.
Beautiful outside and inside.
Mom, the Saturday Kapula.
විශ්වාසයෙන් නැගී සිටින්න. Bold, ඔපම වෙන්න.
Aloe vera and mint for freshness. Chamomile for sensitive skin. Lemon and lime for an energetic day. Big shaving foam. A change you must experience.
Colombo, beautiful outside and inside.
Hey, have you heard about Z?
Z. We KYC.
Easy.
Mobile banking. Crazy.
Education loans and salary advances.
Amazing. Introducing the Digital Youth Account. NDBZ. NDBZ from NDB Bank. The future is banking on us.
මේ ජොබ් එක අදම කරන්න ඕනේ.
අදම?
No problem.
ඕගොල්ලොත් එන්නේ ඉවෙන්ට් එකට. ඩ්‍රෙස් කෝඩ් එක black.
Black?
No problem.
නව වැඩි දියුණු කළ ඩැන්ඩෙක්ස් ඇක්ටිව් ක්ලිම්බසෝල් පළමු සේදීමෙන්ම ඉස්සොරි ඉවත් කරයි. ස්වභාවික සාරයන් හිස පෝෂණය කරයි.
නටමුද?
No problem.
හැමදාම ඩැන්ඩෙක්ස් නම්
හැමදාම no problem.
ඩැන්ඩෙක්ස් හිස නිදහසේ ඉදිරියට.
Colombo, beautiful outside and inside.
Aloe vera and mint for freshness. Chamomile for sensitive skin. Lemon and lime for an energetic day. Big shaving foam. A change you must experience.
ඕනම දෙයක් කරන්න විදියක් තියෙනවා. ඒ තමයි තමන්ගේ විදිය. ජීවිතය අත්විඳින්න. ආත්ම විශ්වාසයෙන් නැගී සිටින්න. Bold, ඔපම වෙන්න.
හිත තාලනට වෙන පන්නිනිම වින්නුනා සරදාවී අතනාරි කොක්තුමී පන්තමා ස්ත්‍රීමා කොක්තුමී පන්තමයි.
Enjoy the infinite possibilities of the freedom of space, inspired by the beauty of our land. Sri Lanka's finest finished, largest sized porcelain tile collection. Majestica. Lanka Tiles. Fine living redefined.
Cheese රසට යාළුව සෙට් එක ස්මයිලි බෙදනවා ඕන වෙලාවක ස්නැක් එක දැක්කම හිත ෆික්ස් වෙනවා සරල කැමති අය දවස පුරාවට සැරයිල්ලනවා කැලිප්සෝ මික්ස් එක ඕන වෙලාවක නැගලම යනවා බෝරින් ලයිෆ් එක බ්‍රේක් අප් කරගෙන සල්සා නටනවා ලුණු රටාවට අනියන් කික් එක ෆුල් හැපනින් වෙනවා අචි රටටම රස බෙදෙන මංජි රස බලකාය දැන් අලුත් වෙලා
හිත තාලනට වෙන පන්නිනිම වින්නුනා සරදාවී අතනාරි කොක්තුමී පන්තමා ස්ත්‍රීමා කොක්තුමී පන්තමයි.
Your embrace so warm with one more bite of Revelo for sunshine. Don't wanna miss this pouring rain, pleasing my soul with one more bite of Revelo for the rain. This freedom takes me north that I have never been. With one more bite of Revelo for love never felt this good. With one more bite of Revelo for love.
Hey, have you heard about Z?
Z. We KYC.
Easy.
Mobile banking. Crazy.
Education loans and salary advances.
Amazing. Introducing the Digital Youth Account. NDBZ. NDBZ from NDB Bank. The future is banking on us.
නැවුම් බව රැකදෙන කුමාරිකා හම්බිට් සංවීධී සමකට කැමෝයිල් බික් ෂේවිං ෆෝම් අත්විදිය හැකි වෙනසකට.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. might catch me howling at the moon.